Now, you may or may not have noticed, but I'm a little bit ginger. That means whenever I see a ginger video game character, I'm instantly drawn to them. For instance, Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, she is an awesome ginger who's able to craft weapons out of anything and fight gigantic robot dinosaurs without breaking a sweat. So, using Aloy as inspiration, I decided to track down as many awesome video game gingers as I could, and I managed to find 51 of them, if you include Aloy. Let's get cracking and check out the rest of the list.
Oh god, my head feels like it's ripped open.
The second awesome ginger on our list is mostly famous for hanging around with monkeys, and no, I'm not talking about Tarzan. It's Trip from Enslaved Odyssey to the West. Not only is she a dab hand at reprogramming old world technology, like the headband she used to control Monkey, or the dragonfly drone that sniffs out mines, but also she's pretty brave and doesn't take shit from anyone, let alone a digital version of Andy Serkis.
It's you who's been attacking us. Enslaving us.
I have enslaved no one.
Bet you're looking for Roland, huh? He's not here. The Bloodshots grabbed him. Made him cocky, too.
Although Lilith was a playable character in the original Borderlands, she only returns to Pandora in the sequel as an NPC, albeit one with a rather important role in the story. This strawberry blonde siren makes a rather explosive entrance before demonstrating how powerful she has become since the original game by effortlessly phase-walking an entire city into the sky. Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik's head may be as bold as the shell-covered embryo he's named after, but Sonic the Hedgehog's arch-nemesis makes up for his hair loss in other ways, mainly with his distinctive ginger tash that erupts from either side of his face like he's midway through sneezing out a whole bottle of Fanta. This ginger ninja is Kunimitsu, a regular combatant in the Tekken tournaments. No one is completely sure what Kunimitsu looks like underneath her signature kitsune fox mask, but still she's instantly recognisable thanks to the paprika ponytails that dance around her head as she dishes out some serious smackdowns.
You win! Do you know the name Adol Christin?
Well, to be honest with you, Mr. Mysterious Voice, I don't. Or at least, I didn't, not until I started researching this video anyway. Adol Christin, it turns out, is the main protagonist of the Ys series of JRPGs, who, during his many adventures around the world of Asteria, earned the nickname Adol the Red, thanks to his rather unique hair colour. Now, to be honest with you, that's probably one of the laziest nicknames I've ever heard, but at least it's better than being called Ginger Pubes. When you think of famous video game gingers, Mario's arch-nemesis Bowser might not be the first one to pop into your head, what with him being some kind of yellowy-green anthropomorphic turtle dragon and all. Still, his bushy eyebrows and shock of flame-coloured hair betray his hidden ginger genes, proving once and for all that reptiles can be ginger too. Jimmy Lee, aka the Red One from Double Dragon Neon, has a hair colour to match his outfit. When he's not wandering around practicing his Susetsuken fighting style on the unfortunate members of Skullmageddon's Shadow Warriors gang, you can find him rocking out Bill and Ted style with his younger brother Billy. Sorry, Billy. Nathan Rad Spencer was the hero of Capcom's classic NES title Bionic Commando. Back in those hazy 8-bit days, it was hard to make out Rad's rust-coloured Barnet, but all that changed when he made a triumphant return to our consoles as the main character in Bionic Commando Rearmed 2. In this side-scrolling sequel, his ginger locks and brand new moustache are positively glowing, and they're immediately eye-catching as he swings his way around each level like some kind of weaponised orangutan. Rad. Wait, so The Legend of Zelda's Ganondorf is a redhead too? What is this now, like the third main antagonist from a huge video game series to have ginger hair? Is this some kind of anti-ginger conspiracy cooked up by the video game industry to paint us all as evil, soulless megalomaniacs? I mean, it's almost certainly not, but come on, that's quite a coincidence.
Death awaits! Prepare yourself!
Stage start.
One of Soulcalibur IV's most memorable fighters is Hilde, aka Hildegard von Krone. She's a European princess and the proud owner of a pretty sweet suit of armour. She likes her suit of armour so much she'll fight most of her battles whilst wearing it. But if you choose to remove it by selecting an alternate outfit before you start, you'll discover that hiding underneath her helmet is a luscious mane of ruby red hair.
Stage
An evil creature such as you deserves no mercy!
Excellent fringe, Your Majesty. Skarlet by name, Skarlet by nature. This Mortal Kombat contestant rocks a full head of blood red hair and a slew of blood-based special moves. Her best known move is called the Blood Ball, and to pull that off she stabs herself and then throws her own blood at her opponent. Which, to be honest with you, is pretty gross and more than a little bit unsanitary. Oh, don't get it in your mouth! Ooh! Sporting a striking ginger quiffhawk that's held aloft by a big blue sweatband, Final Fantasy X's Whacker seems like a pretty cool guy. On the surface. I mean, he's always smiling, yes, and his teammates love him, sure, but I'm pretty certain pushing someone off a cliff face when they're least expecting it is skirting quite close to attempted murder. It's always the ones you'd least expect. Not only does the Banner Saga's resident ginger giant Ganondorf the Vile sport a hardcore Viking-style beard, but he also owns a lovely pair of horns which live on the top of his head. I'm not 100% sure why he has those horns though. I've never played the game because it looks kind of boring. Let's pretend he uses them as a coat rack to help out all of his friends who need to hang up their coats. What a kind, selfless ginger he is. Jean Grey is officially the gingerest of the X-Men, so it makes sense that her flame-haired alter ego would be named after the legendary Firebird, the Phoenix. Don't underestimate Phoenix's powers in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. If her hyper combo meter reaches maximum level, she becomes the Dark Phoenix, and there's no point asking for pity if that happens. There is none in her.
I destroyed whole planets, so what chance have you got?
Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was ginger as a carrot. Wait, what?
I had a stomachache, so I went to the bathroom.
Huh. So the unlikely star of Parappa the Rapper spin-off Jamalami is a ginger lamb named Lammy, eh? I guess that makes more sense than an anthropomorphic onion that's a master of both the arts of kung fu and rapping, I suppose. Tim from Braid may look like a pretty average guy, but actually his mild demeanour hides a dark secret. Tim was allegedly part of the Manhattan Project, a team of scientists who ended up creating the atomic bomb. The regret caused by his involvement in the terrible events that followed manifests itself in a series of dreams in which Tim tries to undo his actions. Is this profound guilt final confirmation that gingers do indeed have souls after all? I'd like to think so. People often refer to gingers as having fiery hair, so does it count if you have actual, literal hellfire for hair? I'd like to think so, which is why I included Marcus Kane, aka Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal, on this list. He's a psychopathic, mass-murdering, clown-faced killer, but he does drive a pretty cool ice cream truck, so he can't be all bad, right?
She was the one that got away.
Let's do it.
I've never played Tales of Eternia, so I was disappointed to find out that it wasn't a game about He-Man. Nevertheless, this JRPG gets top marks for featuring Reed Herschel, a full-on Ginge as its protagonist. Great hair, mate. Shame about that dodgy crop top, though.
Oi, 聞いているのか? Let it go!
Wow! Check out the haircut on Iori Yagami from the King of Fighters series. That is a strong hair game. Iori, the red-headed heir of the Yagami clan, wields pyrokinetic powers and is known as one of the strongest characters in the series. That's a pretty cool boast considering the huge number of contenders to have appeared over the course of all 20 King of Fighters games.
You win! Perfect!
そのまま死ね.
In real life, bandicoots are a light brown colour. However, Naughty Dog's barrel-mashing marsupial Crash Bandicoot spins around the Wumpa Islands like some kind of ginger whirlwind. His super fashionable jorts may be covering up his nether regions, but because his whole body is covered in a layer of ginger fur, we can be pretty sure that the carpet matches the curtains. Wait a minute, why the hell am I thinking about Crash Bandicoot's pubes? The hair on her head may be more pink than red, but Aurora's still ginger, say the thoughts in my head. The artwork is lovely in Child of Light, but I can't be alone in thinking that the poems were shite. What can I say about Miles' tailed prowess, Sonic the Hedgehog's plucky sidekick? He's as ginger as, well, a fox, and he's way cooler than Sonic, which is why my brother and I used to argue over who would play as him when we co-opted Sonic 2 on the Sega Mega Drive. Basically, he's a Sega Mega Ginge.
I was a fool. I thought the plants were in pain. Now I realize they were evolving, growing stronger.
Poison Ivy's real name is Pam. I don't know why, but for some reason I find that really funny. In the Arkhamverse, Pam, Ivy, is kind of an eco-terrorist who uses her chlorokinetic abilities to bother the bat. Her bright red hair is a stark contrast to her grass-green skin, and even though technically red and green should never be seen, she's still rather beautiful, so you can see why Batman struggles to leave her alone.
You're coming with me.
You only had to ask.
Here's another character with green skin, ginger hair, and a ridiculously plain name. Jimmy, aka Blanka from Street Fighter II, was attacked by electric eels when a plane carrying him and his family crashed into the Amazon rainforest when he was just a baby. Of course, because this isn't real life, he didn't instantly drown or die via fishy electrocution. Instead, the eels turned his skin green and gave him electric powers, because, well, of course they did. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance's Mistral is one tough ginger. I mean, with a battlesuit like that, she's hardly going to be armless, is she? Oh, and by the way, does anyone know what Raiden is cooking for dinner tonight? Because it looks like one of the main ingredients is chopped ginger. Rufflecopter. You'd be forgiven for not knowing that vintage video game knight Arthur from the Ghosts and Goblins series was a ginger minge. It wasn't until his modern-day guest appearances in high-definition games with more than 16 colours that we were able to get a really good look at his exquisitely rusty facial fuzz.
Ah, a knight of a born and red. Huzzah!
Huzzah indeed!
Niceness before knives, Leliana. Haven't I always told you?
You might miss Leliana's copper top in Dragon Age Inquisition as it's hidden underneath her Spymaster's hood. That's not the case in any of her previous appearances though, like her entrance in Dragon Age Origins, where she proudly flaunts one of the neatest ginger bobs I've ever seen. Huh, those are some straight edges. They must have some pretty awesome hairdressers in Ferelden.
You will be battling the Darkspawn, yes? That is what Grey Wardens do.
Incoming! On your right!
TimeSplitters 2 is one of the best games ever made, so it makes sense that one of the main characters would be a Harkonnen-haired heroine. Corporal Hart is part human, part cyborg, and she packs a mean punch on the battlefield thanks to her servo-enhanced tritium exoarm. It's a pity that exoarm didn't stop her getting eviscerated by a Reaper splitter at the end of the game, though. Oh shit, spoilers. Sorry.
Look at what it's come to. I've been given these icky orders to destroy you, if you refuse to come back with me.
I'm seeing a bit of a theme developing here. Video game character has fire powers equals video game character has red hair. Proof in point is Axel here from Kingdom Hearts, who's known as the Flurry of Dancing Flames. I'm guessing that has something to do with the twin chakrams he wields, and not a dangerous new flavour on the McDonald's McFlurry menu. This redhead with a bedhead is Ica from Skies of Arcadia. She uses a boomerang as her main weapon in combat, and oh look, she also has the power to control fire because she's a ginger in a video game, so of course she does. What Ica has that no one else does though is a really frigging creepy smile. Pokemon's most famous ginger Misty appeared in the original games as the kick-ass gym leader of Cerulean City. Unfortunately, thanks to the monochromatic display of the original Game Boy, the true colour of Misty's signature side-of-the-head ponytail remained a secret until the launch of the anime series a year later in 1997.
Pikachu! You're a Pika-Pow! Pikachu!
Ginger Roll is a mobile phone game that stars a ginger kid called Safe who's trapped inside a bubble. I've never played it, and to be honest, it looks like a pretty shitty Super Monkey Ball clone. The only real reason I'm including it in this list is so I can show a clip of the game's utterly bizarre launch trailer.
The UK has left the Europe now. How many times that have changed? Donald Trump just became president, and I'm so ginger, baby, no. Mr. Ginger, live in a bubble, that is my home.
Crono, the spiky-haired time-travelling star of Chrono Trigger, is the only ginger on this list with nothing to say. And I don't mean that figuratively, because he literally stays silent for the entire game. Honestly, don't bother trying to have a chat with him if you ever meet him. He's quite happy just quietly running around, creating time paradoxes and smacking things in the face with his katana. Thank you very much. This here lady's called Claire Redfield, so it makes sense that Resident Evil 2's female protagonist is a redhead. Now, in Resi 2, Claire is only a mere college student, so what on earth is she doing running around a deserted police station in the middle of a full-on zombie apocalypse?
I'm looking for my brother Chris.
Oh, Chris! As in Chris Redfield from Resident Evil 1? Well, he's not ginger, so who cares?
Are you okay?
Where'd you get that Desert Eagle?
I found it in the armory.
It's a .50 caliber Action Express.
The first time Snake meets Meryl Silverberg in Metal Gear Solid, he tries his best to hit on her. Unfortunately, his best turns out to be one of the sleaziest chat-up lines ever to have slimed its way out of someone's mouth.
So there's something you like about me, huh?
Yeah, you've got a great butt.
Meryl's a classy lady though, and isn't having any of it, and like the feisty ginger she is, shoots him down with the mother of all brush-offs.
When I joined up, they gave me psychotherapy to destroy my interest in men.
We settle this!
Get ready, fight!
Over the course of Dead or Alive's 5 tournaments, Strawberry Blonde Shinobi Kasumi has been known to dish out some pretty severe beatings. When she's not caving in people's skulls with the heel of her foot, however, you'll find her frolicking about on Nuzak Island, trying out swimsuits, smacking her mates in the head with beach balls, and... hold on a minute, are her boobs clapping along to the music? What the f... Having a Nazi vampire for a father probably doesn't give you the best start in life, especially if that same Nazi vampire then murders your mother and her entire extended family. That's exactly what happened to Rain from the Blood Rain games, who's half human, half vampire, but all ginge. She's made it her life mission to hunt down her dear old Da and serve him up a nice big plate of revenge.
Please, but something stronger. I never drink wine.
Mom, why'd you marry that phony? What is wrong with you? I can't believe this.
Jimmy Hopkins, the skinhead hero of Rockstar's controversial Bully game, may not have much in the way of hair, but you can still see the telltale signs of a hardcore ginger in the freckles on his face and the African desert sunset stubble on the top of his head.
Come on, give me a break.
I never thought I'd miss that sword, but now I long to hold it once more, let it tear through flesh and bone as it was meant to do. Without it, I feel empty.
One of the enemy types in Heavenly Sword is called the Oranguman, or the Orangumen if there's a bunch of them. Considering protagonist Nariko's hair colour, I'm not sure if this is some kind of sly piss take or not. Either way, Nariko is another example of an awesome ginger that's perfectly capable of dishing out some hardcore punishment to those who deserve it the most. The original Perfect Dark on the N64 was one of the best games on the platform. Perfect Dark Zero, the long-awaited follow-up, isn't as well remembered though, on the count of it being a little bit rubbish. Joanna Dark, the game's heroine, was ginger in both games, but in the follow-up, Rare decided to make her hair colour much more vibrant and add a streak of white to the front. Ah, early 2000s fashion. You gotta love it.
You okay?
I could use an aspirin.
Stay back, you guys! Something is seriously wrong with the hallway monitors! That's Gary Nelson!
When it comes to the unfair treatment of gingers, South Park has a lot to answer for. In South Park, the Stick of Truth, the strange green goo turns all the ginger hall monitors into an army of Nazi zombies. I guess that's because whoever wrote the story is a massive prick.
Ah! Somehow that green goo makes ginger hallway monitors even lamer!
Nobody enjoys losing.
The second ginger femme fatale on our list to come from the Soulcalibur series is little Amy Sorrell. She dresses like she's about to headline a cosplay competition at an anime convention, and she wields a Spanish rapier as a weapon. Which is odd because she grew up alone in the French city of Rouen after her parents died of the plague. Her elaborately curled pigtails are described as being vermilion in colour, but that's just a posh way of saying ginger.
You win!
Perfect.
Great Lord, your servant beseeches you. Find her worthy.
In the first few Golden Axe games, day-walking warrior princess Tyrus Flare was one of a few different playable characters. She was given the starring role in her own game, Golden Axe Beast Rider, in 2008 though, presumably because the marketing team behind the game thought she would look better in a skimpy, battle-inappropriate bikini than Gilius Thunderhead would.
Round one.
The This Celtic copperhead is Angus McGregor from Kasumi Ninja, and you'd be wise not to mess with him. Not only will he kick your head clean off and then nut it across the room if you piss him off, but he'll also burn you alive with the Ginger's best kept secret, our supernatural ability to shoot fireballs from our family jewels. That's something to keep in mind next time you think about insulting one of us.
I've dreamt of this moment for months.
Triss Merigold from the Witcher series is a powerful ginger sorceress, whose on-off relationship with series protagonist Geralt is a focal point for people who play the Witcher games, specifically to catch a glimpse of digital boobage.
What I want. One more thing.
Shh. I know.
I'm Governor Marley. Governor Elaine Marley.
Governor Elaine Marley from Monkey Island wasn't always supposed to be Guybrush Threepwood's love interest. In fact, Ron Gilbert, the creator of Monkey Island, originally intended Guybrush to be more like an annoying younger brother to Elaine. The people who carried on production of the series after Gilbert left LucasArts thought differently though, and married the pair off in The Curse of Monkey Island.
I see.
If you've ever played any of the Mass Effect games, you'll know it's possible to create your own character, male or female, and make them look exactly how you want. If you choose not to do that, however, you can settle for the default characters that feature in the game's trailers. Male Commander Shepard has close-cropped brown hair, while his female alter ego Femshep has a lovely ginger space bob. Oh look, here's another final boss with ginger hair. This one is Pain from Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. Now, I've never watched Naruto or played the games, so I have no idea why this guy's got metal bolts in his face or why his eyes are all weird and shit. Perhaps that's why he's called Pain, because he loves a bit of extreme body modification or something.
Ooh, what's your name, beautiful?
Zelos Wilder is one of the main characters in the Tales of Symphonia games, and by the looks of this gameplay, he's also an utterly unstoppable sex pest.
Now, settle down. Are you upset, my little angel? You know, I bet you're as cute as a button when you smile.
Keep it in your pants, lad. You've got a world to regenerate. Alright, so technically the sprite in this game is black and white, but the cheerful little star of Higgy, a Speccy-ish adventure, is based on the bestest ginger of all, yours truly. Shameless self-promotion, yes, but I needed one last awesome ginger to round off my list, and this was much easier than trawling through Google for another half an hour or so. Oh, what a handsome little chap he is. Alright, thanks for watching my video of 51 awesome gingers in video games. If for some unbelievable reason I managed to miss one out, do tell me off in the comments below. And if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Eurogamer for plenty more videos, including some of the ones that are on screen right now. Although I can't promise that any of these have gingers in. They might do, but who knows? They might not be awesome enough to. Bye!